think the kind of sense of inertia in some of our songs is to do with, I suppose, worrying about getting older and losing what you've had in the past, or leaving stuff behind, or always feeling like you're going somewhere else.
You agree? Yeah. No, I wish we had more of an ability to stop and enjoy things as they're happening. Wish we do more now. Because, or else we have to just set aside a period of 10 years between the age of 70 and 80 where we just don't plan anything, so that we can just sit and talk to each other about everything that we did over, you know, what do you want? What do you want to drink? Whiskey. You know. I think we're just trying to do enough now so that we have a lot to talk about when we're old alcoholics.
There was a period on this album where Chris was worried about opening himself up, but I think we all felt that the only time it was ever any good was when we were being honest and open, and so you have to kind of lay yourself open to attack like that, I suppose.
The only time we try and come up with something clever about Mao Zedong and Paula Abdul, or you know, some clever thought on Enron or something like that, you know, it's clever for about 5 minutes, and then Will, our drummer, comes in and, you know, just demands to know what the hell's going on. And, you know, can't we sing something that he understands? I remember there was a point in this song where I had this line that I thought was so clever about Aung San Suu Kyi, who's the Burmese leader who's, you know, under house arrest, which is a really terrible situation. And I got this great line about it, and I think it just seemed like 10 minutes later, it just seemed like I belittled the whole situation, and it sounded kind of patronising, you know. So, also, those are just the lyrics that come out naturally, are the ones we keep. We don't keep anything that doesn't come out naturally, and all this sort of devotional love stuff. I suppose that's just the way we feel, you know. Life is short, and you may as well be passionate about it. And if you love someone, you may as well love them 158%. And if you hate someone, you may as well hate them 150%. You know, you've got to do things. You can't do things by halves.
Picture is the first thing we recorded on the album, and it's the kind of bedrock of it. It really is the sort of everything else was built around the new, you know, built around this song on the new album. It's for me, it's the most emotional I've ever felt listening to any of our music. Because normally you can kind of say, well, you know, I'm kind of in it, but with this one, certainly for the first half, I could kind of separate myself and just listen to the lyrics, and it's the first time I've been able to really feel moved by it, rather than feel excited or that I'm part of it. Do you know what I mean?
And then you ruin it with a big guitar solo. I suppose we do write songs about devotion and love because, well, first of all, I think it's something to do with the chords. When we're writing, especially writing really late at night, you know, cynicism really doesn't sound very good, and sort of contrived lyrics or contrived, you know, clever stuff. And if it's 2 in the morning and you're writing in just your underwear, you just want to hear something that's like full on passionate, and I suppose because the way we write and the way I write is we let it come out naturally. Those are just the words that come out naturally, and they're always quite emotion based. They're not very clever lyrically. No one's going to be analysing our lyrics, I don't think, in 100 years, but maybe our chords. Why does science and the planets keep coming up in Coldplay songs? Well, maybe it's because you're an astronomer or an astrologer. What are you?
Yeah.
I always get them confused.
Astrology is like the star charts, isn't it? It's like
okay. And astronomy
is the stars.
Well, I suppose, like everyone else, we're just fascinated by it. I think when the point comes, you don't have to worry about where your next meal's coming from. You worry about where the world came from. or not worry about it. We're fascinated by it. My view on all that stuff is so much we'll never understand and don't know, that you should just get on with it and have as good a time as possible. But you should still sing about the fact that you don't know. So, you know, without trying to sound like an idiot, I just love singing about planets and space, and it's to me it's like real escapism. Maybe it's because we're from the Star Wars generation. But you know, the whole idea of intergalactic travel. I mean, if we didn't have Will in the band, we'd sing about space a lot more. But I'd sing about spaceships and lightsabers and aliens.